Welcome, Black Star Podcast. Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Jared, and y'all, we're gonna have a honest conversation about what's going on down on the border of Texas. Now, for those of you who don't know what's really going on down in Texas, if you've been living under the crack of somebody's ass, Texas is now in a standoff with the United States government, specifically Joe Biden. Now, sorry if you hear the shit in the background. It's my dishwasher. They are trying to literally block Texas's right to keep the migrants out of Texas. Now, Biden put in, well, matter of fact, bingo, here we go right here. So, the briefing on, Supreme Court, Texas border wire ruling. Now, this is specifically, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. Why are you taking so long? Why are you taking so long? I need you to stop. Okay. So, whenever this shit gets up on my my screen, which is not an actual article, which is a load of shit, if you ask me. So, bingo, here we go. See, this is why I hate this shit. Stop showing my ads. Okay, so, go watch this. Because apparently I can't get the damn shit on widescreen. So, please bear witness as we watch this small ass screen. I apologize. I tried to find a bigger one.
Of the Democratic Party, particularly the class that donates the money, runs the campaigns, staffs the offices. These are people that have advanced degrees. They make a decent amount of money. They do not have to live with the drawbacks from migrants that a lot of the actual run-of-the-mill Democrats do. They haven't changed their mind about immigration at all. They are still very pro-open border, and that is why the Democratic Party still is not budging on this issue.
Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Bedford, and I'm here with commentary editor Con Carroll. And Con, the Senate border talks have effectively collapsed, and as you just reminded me before we began this recording, that is something you had predicted. Why do you think we never saw a border deal come to fruition?
The bottom line is that the Democrats don't want to solve this problem. Now, when you have the Democratic mayors and governors out there complaining to the White House, what they're complaining about is that they're not getting enough money to help feed, clothe, house, provide education for the migrants. So when Democrats say they want to solve the border crisis, what they mean is federal bailouts for governors and mayors in order to help deal with the migrant crisis. What they do not mean is actually stopping the flow of migrants at the border, and that's what Republicans want. And so until you have a Democratic Party that actually wants to stop the flow of migrants at the border, you're not going to get a deal.
The Texas governor is trying to stop the flow of migrants at the border and is locked in an intense legal battle right now with the Biden administration over razor wire fencing along the southern border. Tell us about what's going on in that case, and are we going to see that wire come down?
Let me just interject right here because this is a Washington Toner or Washington Examiner interview. What's going on is Texas is trying to keep the migrants out by installing razor wire around the border. Now, this legal battle that Biden is in with Greg Abbott, this could potentially lead to a war in the United States over the migrant crisis. Now, the way that this is going, a lot of people are tired of these people coming into the border illegally and getting all the benefits and help that they can get, while also calling average everyday Americans lazy, which a lot of average everyday Americans are, so I ain't gonna discredit that point. But for the most part, a lot of Americans are actually workers. They actually work hard. And I know it took me a little while to say that, but it's kind of the truth. But, you know, you're going to have those lazy ass people that's going to be like, oh, I don't want to go to work every day. I mean, yeah, those lazy fuckers.
Sure. So the short answer is we'll saw some of it come down, but this is actually a lot smaller battle right now than it probably will become later. So what happened is the Texas National Guard has been putting razor wire along the border, and then the Border Patrol will come along after they do that and cut it. So Texas then went to federal court to try to get a restraining order on Border Patrol telling them you legally cannot come in and cut down this wire. This eventually went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, look, we're not going to enforce this restraining order. The Border Patrol is allowed to go and cut that wire. What this order did not say was that Texas didn't come back and put that border wire back up. And although in order to expedite the Supreme Court ruling, the Biden administration mentioned the Texas National Guard taking over a state park that is state property on the border, the Biden administration still has not fought the Texas's use of that state park. And that's important because that is an area where Border Patrol has been using to process migrants into the country. And so Biden still has not yet challenged Texas's ability to use their own state property to try to defeat the Border Patrol's efforts to process migrants into the country as fast as possible. I do think that legal challenge is coming, though. And so when you look at a lot of Supreme Court or a lot of Republicans, conservatives who criticize Amy Coney Barrett on the wire ruling, I think she was actually wise in delaying it, waiting for better facts. Because I think Texas will have a lot better facts if the case is Biden trying to say the federal government can come over and take over a state park for the sole purpose of not enforcing immigration law.
So that leads me to my next question, which is right now it seems like we're talking about a technicality over whether who can and cannot cut border wire right now. Could this broaden into a challenge as to whether one administration has the authority to flout the law and whether states can adhere to federal law in the case when the federal government is unwilling to enforce it? I mean, could this be a bigger case about states' rights?
We are heading in that direction. So you had you had Arizona University of the United States a number of years ago, about over a decade ago, that sided with the government saying that there were a slew of these Arizona measures that made it life more difficult for immigrants, and they said these were not valid because the United States has primacy law. Those laws were so much less strict than what we're looking at now, what Texas is trying to do, and the federal government is to a much larger extent not even trying to enforce the law. It's just a different fact pattern, and you've had such an explosion of illegal immigration since that time, not to mention the makeup of the court is more conservative.
Right.
So yes, I do think we are headed to a case that revisits U.S. versus Arizona and provides a much better fact pattern for immigration restrictionists, and of course the court is going to be more open to their arguments.
So yeah, so basically in a sense, what he's saying is this shit ain't over. I'm gonna put it plainly and I'm gonna put it bluntly. This shit ain't over. Americans are tired. They're seeing all these immigrants coming and doing all this. They're tired. I mean, you can't really be angry at what Americans are saying. We don't care if you come in. We care if you come in and come in entitled. And the fact of the matter is that this ain't even the first time people have talked about this. Let me see if I can pull up Phil Scott. Phil Scott, is it on his? Is it on this podcast or is it on this show? Which one? Bingo. Let me see. I'm trying to find it right now.
What's an item?
Can you still see my screen? No, you cannot. Alright, so let me go to this video. Because he talked about this. Here we go.
Live migrants coming into the country illegally. Check this out. Check this out, folks. I hear the cars coming, so let me reverse. We're gonna see something in real time, folks. We're gonna see something in real time. We're gonna see something in real time, folks. Look at this. Look at this. In real time. We're gonna see this in real time, folks. Watch this in real time. Here comes another group. Here comes another one, folks. Here comes another one. Large man. Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all this, folks. Look at all this. Look at all this. Here it is, folks. Real time. Live. JLR investigates. That's the first wave. Look at this. This is the first wave, folks. Here comes more. Here comes more. Okay, this is the last one.
What?
Look at this, folks. Look how many people came on this.
That's over 50 fucking people that just came through the damn border. And this little small hole right here allow all these people in here. This is what the Border Patrol is allowing. This is what Biden is allowing. This is the razor wire that Governor Greg Abbott put up. Right here is that razor wire. And you telling me that all of these people came through the border and you have Border Patrol just standing there watching? You got me effed up. This is insane. This is insane. Y'all, we are on the brink of a civil war. We are on the brink. You have the government, federal government, going up against state government based upon who's right and who's wrong. And the federal government is wrong, and they are overstepping. Not overstepping. They are, no, yeah, you can say overstepping. They're overstepping and are not being regulated by checks and balances. The fact of the matter is that we are a weakened country because of the politics that we have. The politicians that we have weakened this country to the point where there's nothing that the American citizen can do to protect our home and country. Nothing. If you have 50 plus migrants coming in through that little breach in the border, what do you think is going on at all points of the border? What do you think is going on all across the border? From California to the edge of Texas. What do you think is going on there? And these wasn't just Mexicans that was coming in. These were Iranian, Colombian, Yemeni, from Yemen. These were people from all over the world just breaching the barrier right there. We are a weak country, y'all. And the fact of the matter is that we don't know who's coming in. There's already documents of what the bad people in Mexico, how they get into the country. They literally have tunnels that burrow underneath the border, underneath all of the traps, the razor wire. They have several tunnels. So just imagine what is really what's really going on at the border of the United States. This is insane. This is insanity. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. I ain't doing it. I ain't going. French toast that. Nope. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast on Spotify.com. Get your guns and get your ammo. Get everything, because this is about to go up in flames. Bye, guys.